Hello, my noble band of outlaws. Outlaw Samurai coming at you live with a video. First, a quick update on the Cold Steel Trail Boss. Well, I, like many of you who researched this axe, sorry, fall, allergies. But in any case, I, like many of you who researched this axe, more than likely came across the video that Wrangler Star made on it, and a lot of other YouTubers. And what Wrangler Star said was that there was a varnish on the unpainted portion of the axe blade that if you were to sharpen it with a regular sharpening stone would clog up the stone and basically give you a horrible day and a shitty polish. Now, quick little disclosure. As you can clearly see, have put my classic stupid sharp edge on this axe. I basically did what I did with the Cold Steel Warrior O Katana, and I sharpened it before I did the testing. So this is the axe before any testing. Now the reason I haven't tested this thing yet is because it is rainy as shit right now. And I don't really want to take the risk of my camera getting fucked up in the rain. So I might have to wait till spring to really test this thing in earnest. But I did my classic black and orange personalization of it. I spent like 10 minutes getting the varnish off of each side, and then I just took it to the work sharp and went through the 80, went through the 250, then rounded it out with a 6000 grit, and now we have this edge. But the video is actually about this. The Yardworks folding saw. This is to be added to my, I'm basically going to call this from now on my shit happens bag. Now the reason I'm adding a folding saw to my shit happens bag, even though a lot of you would argue that I've already added way too much shit to it, as it is because it's a lot easier to put on firewood that has a flat face rather than the angular point you'll get when chopping with an axe. It doesn't matter how good of an axeman you are, you're never going to get perfectly flat faces on timber unless they're like an inch thick and you just go chopping directly through them. This is for said timber. Now I picked this up at Menards for about $6. I have no idea what type of steel the blade is made out of. The saw feels sharp. I believe this is the same sawtooth pattern as Western European saws, meaning that unlike Silky's, which you need to either send the blade back to Silky for them to sharpen it again, or I think have to order an entirely new blade for the saw, which I think their replacement blades are far cheaper than the initial purchase of the whole saw. But still, meaning that if you get a small enough hand file, you can probably sharpen this yourself. I do not know how to sharpen a saw blade, so when this gets dull, I'll have to look up videos on how to sharpen a saw blade. This has a very strong lock that I am currently white tipping my fingers trying to pull apart. It will not come apart from what I've found. You have to, there is wiggle in the blade, but it's a $6 saw, so I'm not expecting like cold steel level folding strength in this thing. But it is interesting in that you have to push this button every time you want to unfold and fold the saw. It has anti-flick technology is what I'm calling this, meaning that even when I'm holding the thing down, it won't flick out on you. You actually have to manually unfold the saw. And okay, so it's not the same with the thing open, but with it closed, it has that anti-flick open technology. So if you're holding the button down and you decide to flick it forward, the blade will go forward a little bit. But there's enough friction in this thing, as we saw, that it won't go a whole lot before you notice it. So yeah, good little folding saw. You can pick it up at your local Menards for about $6 in the lawn and garden section. So until next time, my noble band of outlaw samurai tells all y'all, be crazy rednecks, be safe using your weapons, and the continual evolution of my shit happens bag is in the makings. I'm out. Peace.